My name is Dan Dubno. Usually I'm here on stage setting fires or playing the role of Digital Dan with latest gadgets. I was a broadcast journalist covering technology, national security issues, terrorism, and war for more than 30 years. And I gave all that up, all that fun stuff, to run a foundation that's focused on using technology, including crowdsourcing, to try to combat terrorism. To say that I'm thrilled and fascinated moderating the next panel is an understatement. I couldn't race quickly enough to get on the plane because the issue that we're going to be dealing with is the profound threat and reality of cyber warfare. And it is not an understatement that this is a critical issue, and this is the moment, the magical moment, where something fundamental has changed. Warfare is constantly developed, from tribes to countries attacking each other, using force and deception, until now we've simply been dealing with the evolution of physical kinetic weapons. We've gone from stones to flinging spears to shooting arrows to wielding swords, invented siege weapons, gunpowder, bullets, bombs, mines, high explosives. We've progressed, if one dare call it progress, to biological chemical weapons, to apocalyptic nuclear and other weapons of mass destruction. Yet, do not underestimate mankind, because apparently we can continue to outdo ourselves in the road to self-destruction. It's fair to say at this very moment in human history and conflict, we've entered a devastating new era with a completely new form of attack, cyber weapons and cyber war. So at such a profound moment, it is downright amazing. We have two of the indisputable great minds who have helped the world discover many of these new weapons, Eugene Kaspersky and Mikko Hyppönen. And they have envisioned how these new threats are already redrawing the balance of powers between nations, and how such techniques promise to directly impact the lives of everyone in this audience and the lives of everyone in our world. I will introduce our speakers in a moment, but first, here's a quick video we put together to introduce the daring and dangerous, uncertain world of cyber war, a war already being waged at this very minute. Play the video, please.
For the past few months now, the nation's top military, intelligence, and law enforcement officials have been warning Congress and the country about a coming cyber attack against critical infrastructure in the United States that could affect everything from the heat in your home to the money in your bank account. The warnings have been raised before, but never with such urgency, because this new era of warfare has already begun. The first attack, using a computer virus called Stuxnet, was launched several years ago against an Iranian nuclear facility, almost certainly with some U.S. involvement. But the implications and the possible consequences are only now coming to light.
I do believe that the cyber threat will equal or surpass the threat from counterterrorism in the foreseeable future.
There's a strong likelihood that the next Pearl Harbor that we confront could very well be a cyber attack.
We will suffer a catastrophic cyber attack. The clock is ticking.
The worst cyber attack in history. The verdict of Kaspersky Lab, Russia's internet security specialists, on the latest virus assault throughout the Middle East. The malicious software known as Flame has an ability to snatch data like nothing ever seen before.
Another weapon added to the arsenal in cyber warfare. Russian experts have discovered a massive virus infecting systems in Iran and other countries. The size and sophistication of the virus, dubbed Flame, leads experts to believe that this is a state-sponsored attack. The virus appears to be able to collect huge amounts of secret information, and what's creepy is how this can happen. Flame activates your webcam and microphone to spy on the infected computer.
Now, one of the world's biggest internet security firms says it has detected a new cyber espionage virus in the Middle East. Kaspersky says the Gauss virus can spy on banking transactions and has targeted Citibank, PayPal, and 3 Lebanese banks. It's also infected personal computers in Lebanon, Israel and the Palestinian territories. Kaspersky says Gauss is connected to the Stuxnet virus and could be state-sponsored cyber espionage.
Iran's national oil company says it's foiled a cyber attack on its computer network. The attack took place over the past 2 weeks and was routed through China.
We've been telling you about the growing threat of cyber terrorism, and new intelligence shows Iran was behind the most destructive cyber attack on a company ever. The target was Saudi Aramco, and that was last August, and it could have been in retaliation for a computer virus that attacked Iranian oil companies last May. But it all boils down to what's coming next. This is what's important. An attack on U.S. electric grids, water supplies, even chemical plants.
The Pentagon has determined that a computer attack from another country could be met with a full U.S. military response.
Say they've never seen anything like it. A massive onslaught of cyber attacks on America's biggest banks, slowing down their websites, even forcing some to shut down temporarily, costing them money. CNN had confirmed during the first wave that these 5 had been hit. Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank, and PNC Bank. The scope and sophistication of the attacks, according to experts, points to a nation being behind this, not just a loose group of hackers.
A cyber attack perpetrated by nation states or violent extremist groups could be as destructive as the terrorist attack on 9/11. Such a destructive cyber terrorist attack could virtually paralyze the nation.